awake and have time to watch this. So, before we look at the market structure, let's quickly trade the espresso. Believe I'm using an 18 points offset. So there's a new software version out. And here is even an update available. Yeah. So all right. Oh, I need to post a YouTube link. Yes. Almost always forget that. There you go. Just telling everybody. I have to make myself a checklist. There's so many things, you know, when you stream here. Tom's setup is rather complex. Streaming to 3 different outlets, 2 instances of OBS broadcasting software running simultaneously. No wonder his fans are so loud, huh? Yeah. Ooh, look at that. DAX expanding. We closed 25,177.8. And guess what? A day before, we also plus minus 10 points. We closed around that area. So DAX didn't do much. Terrible session yesterday. Not easy to trade. Go watch that recording and see me struggling. So, we'll put in the short order. This candle looks like it wants to expand still. So I have to make last second adjustments. Will probably not be able to post the entries in Telegram. Could try to make a screenshot. I always try that. And then I end up adjusting. Anyway, I have to get that order in now. Okay. Let's try it quickly. Boom, boom. Boom. And we're open. Ha! Why is sell the same color as buy? This is so annoying. Mr. H, if you're listening, why sell green? There is this new auto color feature, I believe. Take a look. But where is it? Under appearance here. Order lines. I can get blue and red if I want. So let's keep that for now. There we go. Do you have that you need a certain order on your desktop in your browser tabs? I don't know. Can be pretty anal about that, but then again I'm German, probably. Ordnung muss sein, huh? Order must be. So looks like we might get a fill long. I mean, if we make it to the take profit, might as well assume that there could be a gap close, huh? That's a way to travel. If I don't get a fill within the next 30 seconds, I personally will not delete the orders. I will adjust them. For that I will go to a 3-minute chart. So the lower end here represents the that's called the karaoke espresso. So new orders. So there we go. So the regular espresso brackets the 10 minutes bar that closes at the open. I changed that to the 5-minute that closes at the open. So I'm bracketing 8:55 to 9, right? Plus an 18 points offset. That's signified by the extremities of those boxes here. And if I don't get a fill within the first 3 minutes, I switch to the karaoke espresso, which is the interval from 8:55 to 9:03. So 8:55 interval is the lower ends here of the box when I switch to a 3-minute chart. So basically I put the order then a point or 2 or 3 above the 3-minute bar high. Why are no bar numbers on?
Order filled.
So we are long ducks on the karaoke espresso. Very rarely do I get that. So What's happening? Where's my position? I don't see my position right now. Okay, there it is, but where is it on the chart? Where's my bloody position on the chart? Okay, I have to screenshot that, send it to Mr. H. Okay, Oopsie daisy. Okay, I will... Sorry guys, I will put that to break even. What version am I on? Why is this? Okay, I believe I just hit profit. Okay, I guess. So, yeah, I'm on version 165. So, and I will reopen. Okay. I don't know what just happened. FTSE printed a first bar negative, I believe. But I will have to reload the charts. And I will do that off camera. So it's no education in you seeing me struggle with software. Okay. Anyway. Thank you, Mr. H. I will go now and... Yeah. Okay. I guess got even slipped 20.5 points. Okay. On the karaoke espresso. So I hope you got the concept of the karaoke espresso. Yeah. So maybe it's not immediately clear what I did there. Those rectangles there, they're just visual guides, right? Looks like the DAX might close the gap. FTSE first bar negative. In a large gap down situation, first bar negative hasn't been really fruitful. I guess I will buy it. Let's go. Let's take a long position in the FTSE. First bar negative. For 24.9 using a 25-point stop loss. 10,3999.9. So okay. Okay, so wait. So here is my FTSE. Could have gotten a much better price. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to amend this. Here's a typo in the stop. Stop is at 10,399.9. DAX, however, looks like it wants to close the gap, maybe. FTSE looks rather that I'm end up burning money here. You know, I was almost hesitant to take that because if it fails quite dramatically. So DAX is why is this size different? I want 1. Very nice. Okay. Here I want 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Interesting. $25 points to a gap close, huh? In the DAX. Wow, FTSE is thinking of just buying the DAX at this point. The gap close is pretty much on the table. I sometimes do that because small gaps they get filled. It's a magnet. When prices close, the odds are high that reaches that, but doesn't need to. Maybe later in the day. FTSE fails dramatically. Yeah, you should be short the FTSE, if anything. I will stop myself out of the FTSE. Closing FTSE. That doesn't work. So, minus 11. There's no need to holding on to a position that is not doing what it's supposed to do. There seems to be strong momentum to the downside. I just don't want to sell momentum here. But if anything, I would want to be short the FTSE. That looks like it was a good decision. Get out of that. So let's take a look at the DAX market structure. So I said that yesterday's close was at 25,177. Close to a gap fill here. The day before close was, I believe, 80 or 66 or something like that. In that ballpark, plus minus 10 points. Yeah. So market did a lot in between, but closed at the exact same point, more or less. And in between was a very messy session. So interesting. Overnight, we briefly traded back to the 24,000s again. And then recovered. So overnight market. So in this chart, everything that happened between the cash sessions, right? DAX cash session is from 9 till 17:30 or 5:30 p.m. Frankfurt time, Central European summertime, all right? So, and everything outside of that, in this context, I call the overnight. So, overnight has a high and has a low, right? And a midpoint. So this is previous cash low. So we are trading above previous cash low, overnight low, overnight mid, but still below where the market closed yesterday. So we want, for bullish scenario, we want first to close the gap and then see a rotation to the overnight high. And then the next level would be previous cash high. However, if we don't accept above any of those levels, and acceptance could mean a couple of closes, can easily also rotate back down here. So that's the playground. That's what's happening. I don't know where my Germany chart is. There it is. So let's switch to a 15-minute chart. Got the first bar positive. Oops. All right. I'm looking at old charts here. Here is a signal to trade the aggressive school run. I'm thinking of taking that. No, kind of missed it. Hoping for a gap fill. Maybe we can buy at a discount. So I don't know what I have done now. Looks like I have opened 2 positions. Interesting. Ah, that was my fault. Take profit. Still preset. Okay. So I just post that as one entry. I will use a stop loss that is, oh bloody hell. And here is just one position. Yeah, I probably need to update this software. So I don't know. Let me just, I have one position open. One position open. And two, that's an order. Did I put in an order? I put in an order. Okay. 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 Let's try 25,144.6. 25,123.8. Multicolor, blue, red. Okay. So I'm hoping for a gap fill, and I'm hoping to get there via the ASRS. That's why I only use a tight stop here, 25 points. Sorry, I switched off the screen. So here's the closing price. I put my take profit here. Stop loss is here. Open position is here. So go to a 5-minute chart. Let's see. Messy breakout. signal. Shouldn't it be there? Okay. Why is that? Probably I click on that. Okay. Okay. It's probably with the offset, yeah. Low 25 minus 2 is 23. Okay. Yeah. But DAX struggling to close the gap. Okay. Okay, somehow managed to move the stop loss. It should be at 23.8. There were massive changes in the software, still have to get used to. Not that it got worse, it's just me needing to adapt. Sorry for the confusion, guys. Okay. Hopefully a bull flag, huh? On the 1 minute chart, you see the messiness. Basically bought a range top. Hoping we get up there. You can easily also poke down below here. Stop loss should be 4 points lower. Hopefully the slope here is correct. So anyway, we will see a second 15-minute close in a second. I had to sneeze, had to mute the mic for a second. So looks like my idea so far hasn't fully materialized. Maybe now. Okay. Oh. Struggling. Okay, I could add to this position on a school run, but we had an inside bar technically, so I will not do that. Inside buy usually means anti. But we are so close to a gap fill. Second 15-minute bar close. Yeah, it's just messy. So we have here a sizable 15-minute bar, first 15-minute bar. It's a large body. However, there is maybe 20% is upper shadow. Then within that resides the body of the second 15-minute bar, and they have basically, the high comes in of the first at 56.2 and the second at 56.2. They have the exact same height, which the textbook says that's an inside bar. So I just got stopped out, unfortunately. So now the question is what to do. The long side wasn't triggered. The short side was triggered. Maybe now would be the time to buy again on an anti. And why not? Oh, that snaps to those lines. This is annoying. It's annoying. I can't put my tool here. Oh, sorry about that. There's your 38.2 retracement. There is here the entry would be 50% of the school run. Nah. Not easy to assume what I should do. So that short trading idea didn't work. I mean, can certainly also assume that we will head lower. This battle is not over. Some news coming out in the afternoon, not major, but still. Not in a rush to do anything. This is not an easy situation. Hmm. I think stand by, I will buy the DAX again. Buying the DAX again here. Because the screw run long has not properly triggered. Danger can still get chopped up in a range, so I will not risk much. I will just put the stop loss below the current bar, 40 points. So, let's see. See where we get. Ugly picture. So not the best bull close, to be honest. Ah, come on, Daxi. So, let's take a couple questions. So, hi Andy, I have software version. Guys, related to the software, please address that to the Trade from Chart support. Okay. It doesn't help if you relay that to me and I would have to forward that. You can address it directly at the Trade from Chart team. Yeah. It's you know, this is the Trade from Chart software group, right? So, and it says pinned messages. You click on that one, right? And there you see here at TFC _ support _ chat, right? So that's the Trade from Chart support chat. Put anything software related there. Yeah, I'm not your tech support guy here. I'm a live trader who is in a losing position. Right, this might not seem like much, but it's my money here. So, all right, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay. Good morning. How many points you taking espresso? Take profit. There is a standard 20 or you change always. I think if you want to trade it mechanically, seems like 40-20, 40 stop loss, 20 take profit seems to work quite well. Hello Andy, what's your experience with anti-SRS? I find that it does not work as many times as regular school run. Maybe is the culprit. Interested to know your thoughts, and where is the chat, please? Yes, so there is no chat. And the anti school run is basically an inverse breakout. You do the opposite, right? So you do the opposite of what you would regularly do. The regular school run says bracket the 15-minute bar, the second 15-minute bar of the session, go long above, short below. The anti does the opposite. Yeah. So question is when to take the anti. And Tom has done some research on that. He isn't fully finished. So he looks at a lot of factors, believe me. He hasn't published much. So it has something to do whether we are trading within the confinements of the overnight range, which we do. Has something to do whether we have the single bar being an inside bar of the first 15-minute bar, which we do. So a couple of factors here would have compelled us to trade the anti today. I'm just thinking we're so close to that gap fill here, but maybe we don't go there. Not a good close for my position. But on the 5-minute chart, we just see piano bars. I should have a stop loss rather down here. Let's measure that thing. How much of a retracement do we accept? I will amend stop loss. Because we might see retracing to 50%. Nope, looks like I just got stopped out. So about that. So I will not take any more positions. I'm sufficiently annoyed by the price action. Not for the lack of, it's not for the lack of trying that I lost here. It's just not so easy to trade. Yeah. So taking a couple questions, and then we can wrap this up. So whatever. Where's your 5K account at? You have been losing so much. When can we conclude the espresso latte doesn't work anymore? Has it ever worked statistically? And not Tom kind of research, real statistical research. Please be transparent. Show your 5K account so everyone can see the value of the teachings. Just to be fair, brother. I think. What do you want from me, right? I trade live here, putting my own money at risk. So that's no bullshit. Yeah. So what do you want from me? You want me to strip down my pants, you know, showing you my tax reports, my bank account statements or whatever. This me trading here, private account, my money. Yeah. And it's not like I'm not doing what Tom is doing, you know. Tom is a very accomplished trader who can afford to, at the 1st of January, put 100,000 euros, dollars, pounds, or whatever he trades in an account, and then just give you a transparent track record throughout the year. And at the end of the year, you will see the tally, right? I'm not doing this for you, right? I trade by myself, for myself, and occasionally here. The reason why you saw me a little bit more often is just because I'm doing Tom here a solid. He can go on holiday, so I jumped in, right? So I can't do the same. I also addressed this a couple of times, guys. I operate differently, right? So I have to withdraw money to pay my bills, believe it or not. Yeah? And you don't see all of my trading, right? You only get to see me once or twice per week. And true, this and last week a little bit more often. And yeah, and there were some tough sessions. But to question here my legitimacy or something like that, that's a question I don't take, right? So different concept. I'm a different guy. I'm not doing what Tom is doing. I said at the beginning, read the disclaimer, right? This is educational. You are not here to follow me. That doesn't make sense. I'm trading here once per week on Wednesdays, right? That's my day. The holiday schedule here, that was just an exception. So once per week, that doesn't make sense, right? I don't know. Statistically, Wednesdays are my worst days. So wouldn't recommend that. Rather, take it as an opportunity to see a different trader than Tom, who trades similar style, execute, see me struggle here with live decision making, and use the opportunity to ask questions. I believe that is fair. Yeah? So there is no inherent value to my teachings, you know, when you attach that to a dollar value, right? You can't expect a trader to show up, trade live, you can't expect that to be, always profitable. There will be losing days, losing streaks. I had sizable winning days here. Yes, and I struggled the last couple days or so. It's all live, it's all documented, and that is real. So I don't know what's the issue with that, right? Use the opportunity to ask trading related questions. I'm happy to answer them. Okay. Eric, you say Wednesday is your worst day. I have that with Fridays. Is that not setting yourself up for failure mentally because the day of the week should not matter? Yeah, but it does, doesn't it? Right? So if you think of it, there can also be technical reasons for that, right? So the setups that I trade are mostly really situational analysis types trades from Tom Hugard's strategies, right? And those are breakout trades. Breakout trades over a certain bar, over a certain time frame, time range. So guess what? When there is an important news release, like CPI or PPI or stuff like that, later in the day, the market, even the DAX, might be in waiting mode. So you're seeing rather a range-bound market, and breakout trades, they don't work so well in a range. Yeah. So that can be a reason. Often enough, you see that. And also, so why do I choose my weakest day? To kind of push my own boundaries, right? Get out of my comfort zone. So I do that live, which is inherently stressful. But at least when I trade live, I will make sure that I'm well prepared, that I execute to the best of my ability. And so I have some scrutiny of a couple of 1,000 eyeballs on what I'm doing here. So much respect for trading so transparently. 99% can't and won't do it. Don't waste your time with the noise of stupid comments. It achieves nothing. Many thanks and ignore the noise. Good luck. That was Nick. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Manta says, good job, dude. Tom's channel, Tom's haters, so be strong. Yeah, that's true. It's Tom's channel. Well, I guess you can't. Look, I learned something. I learned something about human nature many years back. I used to be in the retail business in e-commerce and mail order. I was managing projects as a freelance consultant. Right now, I'm just telling you from my history here. So, and we were setting up customer care structures, right? So that people could call a hotline. Yeah? Where's my order? And whatever. So, and then you would have their support structure, first level, second level, escalation managers, and so far and so forth. And then you would look at data of thousands and thousands of customer service calls, and you would find out that there is a small percentage of people, in the ballpark of 3%, who, no matter what you do, they will always complain. Even if you give them the goods for free, they find a reason to complain, right? And that's just human nature. And you can accept it as such, and just take it as it is. But the poor customer service agent, you know, he will get that. The problem is also with those kinds, they want to make themselves heard, right? So they're very verbal about it. And mostly, the people who are very satisfied, they don't say that, right? You order at Amazon, you receive your package, everything worked. You will not tell a living soul, right? And why would you? And that's a little bit the thing with when you're running a channel like this, like Tom does, that yeah, there will be people who will say that they're thankful, and like you do that with me. I receive a lot of messages, but I'm also suspecting because I'm the new kid on the block, and I started strong. You know, came in the first couple of days were strong winners. Now that new kid status wears off a little bit, right? So you see me also struggling and a couple losing days, and now slowly the 3% or whatever, they make themselves heard, and they will be very verbal about that, and I'm very well aware of that. So yeah. So let's take a couple more questions. So Chris agrees, you're totally right, Andy. Some people misunderstand what you're doing here. Yeah, so that might be true, right? So there's just to manage your expectations, guys. I don't have 20 years, 30, 40 years experience like Tom, doing that for 6 years. But believe it or not, Tom thinks that I'm worth your while. I also have some confidence in my abilities as a trader, but yeah, my performance the past couple days could have been better. That much I have to say. What you can maybe, what you maybe could also, if you would look at it in a benevolent fashion, right, today, you didn't see me revenge trade, you didn't see me run after the market, you didn't see me taking positions without a good reason, and you see me, if you rewatch that, managing my risk and then walking away if things don't work out. Yeah? Also saw me, for example, in the FTSE, that was struggling to reverse. The first bar negative is a reversal trade. You bet on buyers stepping in. There were no buyers, so I took my loss early, prevented a greater loss. Hopefully, haven't checked the chart after. And that's maybe something on the positive side. You have to also manage your risk in a way to limit your downside, that you survive to trade another day in days like this, when your edge is not really working out. Yeah? So, and yes, and it might be that I will catch a larger move, but then I'm not here with you. You know, you have Tom every day, so that's a different situation. Yeah? Yeah, and then also, yeah, there's some trading days that I might personally even avoid. You know, wouldn't even bother to take a position in that shop. Now I kind of need to show up here and take some trades for you. So doing that out of my own volition, you know. Personally, just bought the DAX again, but I will not post that entry or manage that position for you. So, Morten, this is very individual and depends on a lot, of course, but when did you decide to be a full-time trader? Like, what did you achieve beforehand to be sure, making monthly expenses consistently, build a big buffer, etc., etc.? Well, as I said, I was a freelance consultant, and then that was very great, and then COVID came, yeah. And that was that. So the my pipeline was kind of empty. Okay, I will show you. So I'm long now the DAX, but that's just me, yeah? Me privately. So at one time you have to jump into the cold water, right? And maybe move until it's warm. So obviously you need to see some consistency. That comes with time. So Richard, and it's been a tough morning. Assume few people are around you. Sorry for that. Maybe talk about how you review the trades you've taken, how you learn, review, Eamon, about your approach today. Thank you very much. DAX just closed the gap, and now trades back lower, back into the range. It's just what it is. Daniel said he's long from what he's seen in my screenshot. Oh, be careful. We might just fill the gap and reverse from there, because we're struggling here. So Mikkel says he has been profitable for 96 days. Hardest thing for him was to walk away when losing or stop the day on a loser. Yeah, because your reptile brain wants equilibrium, wants to make the money back, right? And that might not be possible in the environment or in the mental state that you are at that point. So it's sometimes just better to walk away, reset, and then yeah, trade when it's easier. Right. So whatever DAX is doing there, it's struggling to trade any higher. So okay. Daniel is confident he will be a full-time trader soon for sure. He likes trading. Daniel, I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors in life. So, Bechane, I don't know how to properly pronounce it. Sorry about that. How can I sharpen my trading skills? Question. You're doing great job, Andy. Live trading, risking your own money, not easy. That takes balls. Well, thank you very much. That's also the thing, right? You know, I'm basically doing this for free, and I might lose money doing that, right? Anyway, how to sharpen your trading skills? Well, I guess by putting on trades and then with a lot of scrutiny reviewing what you did there. It's the only way. So Matt says, thanks for sharing your time and trades here. Much appreciated. It's quite helpful to listen to your process. Disregard the root 3%. Will do. Thank you very much. Thanks for the session. Andy, don't listen to retards, says Optimus. Well, I acknowledge them as humans. It's part of their human nature. Maybe they're also projecting some of their own insecurities. So it's easier to believe the hindsight profits, right? The fake gurus who are posting lifestyle shots and with driving rented Ferraris or whatever they do. Yeah, that's easier to believe. Or those who claim to have, like, I don't know, 90% win rate, or one trade per week, one model, one blah blah blah. Those guys. I know it's compelling. Everybody wants to make easy money, but the problem is trading is probably the hardest way to make easy money. Unfortunately. So, and still, you might see Tom, you might see me, with periods where we struggle, and then you still scroll through Twitter and ask yourself, yeah, but why don't I get this 100% win rate that guy has? Or maybe this trading style is better. Maybe I should swing trade, or so. Optimus says something interesting. I take it this way: if they are profitable traders, they don't need to listen to a word you say. They should know trading isn't a game, and as you said, easy money doesn't come from trading. Well, I wouldn't disagree. Say this much: I wouldn't disagree. Okay. Owen wants to put that on his coffee cup. So here is a long Armin. Hi Andy, I have been in the trading world for the last couple of years, and I came across one of Tom's seminar speeches about trading mentality. That was the day he talked about trading to winning positions, adding to winning positions instead of losers. Andy, my entire perspective on trading changed after that. Since then, I've watched almost every video on Tom's channel, and I've reached a stage where I'm at least not losing money all the time. Of course, I still have a long way to go before reaching true consistency and profitability, but the progress has been life-changing for me. The way you trade and your behavior towards the market are truly inspiring. Your discipline and mindset have helped me a lot mentally, especially when it comes to avoiding overtrading and staying out of revenge mode. Well, there you go. Keep up the amazing work. I'm learning so much from you, and honestly, I can't wait for Wednesdays. Viel Erfolg weiterhin, Andy. Du inspirierst mehr Menschen, als du wahrscheinlich denkst. Wow, that is very kind of you. Thank you for that, I guess. So, just so you know, I'm still long DAX, but I don't have a lot of confidence in that position. Just basically got in on momentum. Don't do what I do. Just showing you. So, Yaniv, good morning. Enjoy your streams. Would love to know about your off-screen non-trading hour rituals, meaning how much do you log, journal, gather data, and how much effort do you put into it, or don't at all. Anyways, thanks for streaming. Thinks you're great at it. Poking up the question. Okay, gotcha. So I try to limit my trading times to twice 90 minutes. I trade the EU session and the US session from the open for an hour and a half. Should I be in a position, then I might manage that position a little bit longer. I might add to it, but I will not open any other positions right outside of that core time. So I try to get, even if I want to catch a runner, I try to do that during the 90 minutes. And that's yeah, that's basically it. And otherwise, I consider myself an intraday trader. I don't hold positions overnight, anything like that. It's really not my time frame. I trade the 5, 10 and 15 minute chart. Higher time frames for, of course, for orientation, to read the market structure. But yeah, that's it. So I get up quite early, also because I'm a father. I have kids, so they need to go to kindergarten, right? And then I prepare for the session, and I think DAX has just filled the gap. And after the session, I review. So. Okay, so I just closed here. Made a little bit back for myself. I can show you. That's also the thing. When I don't trade with you, I trade a little bit more aggressive. You saw me opening 2 positions here at the same time because I saw some, or I expected some momentum behind that move. Here I try to show you clean setups. Not sure there's any value in me firing so much or being that aggressive. Yeah, so I will screenshot my trades, put them into PowerPoints. I will write a lot of text in a text bubble. What I did there, why I did that, and yeah, getting some heat from comments why you're doing that is also doesn't make it easier. I can tell you. But to be fair, there's mostly I get very good questions, excellent questions from you guys, and also there is a lot of love, so thank you very much. So, hi Andy, thanks for your streams. That's Ralph from Switzerland. I like them a lot. However, I have a question. Some times ago, I was there. A rule that says that if the DAX is trading within the overnight range, one should trade the anti-screw run. Is this rule not guilty anymore? Was it replaced with the inside bar rule? Yeah, so that's that I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that can be a little bit confusing. So I'm not sure if I am at liberty to spill the beans. I will tell you this. Tom has developed the school runs like many years ago, and I believe probably already like 16 years ago or so, and it has proven the test of time. And even when he was trading live in front of an audience, you know, there were no streams. There were just I remember there were just signals. Yeah. He would make up a reason. Yeah, I bought support here, whatever. But he was trading the school run, and then some people started asking him, they tried to reverse engineer what he's doing, and then at one point he probably couldn't conceal it anymore, so he was like, okay, this is my own entry technique, it's the school run, right? So, but the thing is, with every edge, 10 years ago the DAX was trading, for example, at 11,000. Now we are trading at 25,000. Edge depreciation is real, and you have to constantly refine it, work it, adapt it to current market structures. So there was a time where the school run didn't perform as it did before, and Tom, who's really analyzing all of his trades and really putting a lot of scrutiny on his trading, he would ask himself that, right? What if I did the opposite here? If I did the opposite, if I sold here instead of buy, I would have made money. So, and then he would go back and backtest that against historical data. So, and then of course, but what's the criteria for that? What are the criteria when to do the anti instead of the regular school run? And I think an early idea of his was, and I believe he also published a little bit on that, is if the signal bar occurs within the confinements of the overnight range, the anti would perform better. Yeah. So I believe that I'm not sure if that was my own observation, maybe confirmed it with Tom, or Tom said that to me. Inside bar, usually anti. But let's put it like that. Even when Tom published that overnight range anti, those cases where the signal bar would poke out of the overnight range, and then the candle would close inside, or it would poke out and close outside. Those cases were not really defined. Yeah. So I can tell you this much: Tom is back on the drawing board, and he is currently looking at a couple more factors. So this is still, call it, ongoing research, and I believe that once it's ready to present to you guys, he will most certainly do that. He's always shared most of his knowledge. Yeah. So that's why, but that also means that when we trade the school run, we have to, or I personally, I take other factors into account, right? So, for example, I wanted to get long because sorry, wrong 50-minute chart. I wanted to go long rather because we're close to a gap fill. Yeah. So, and at least go there. I tried on the aggressive school run. I got stopped out. Regular school run. I tried again off camera. This time it worked. But yeah. So I try to take into consideration market structure, all those levels that I showed you. Overnight, last cash session high low, overnight midpoint, last session close, those kind of things. Yeah. So, and then gap situation, are we gap up, gap down, how big is the gap, what's the bar polarity? Yeah, so that's maybe of the first and of the second 15-minute bar. Those are also all things that I try to, in my head, pierce a story together, plus the price action that I see up till that signal forms. Yeah. So that's, you can say I trade it highly discretionary. You could, however, just trade the classic school run and and roll with that. So anyway, Gingerbread asks, hi Andy, just curious, do you get into phases of tilt? And if so, how do you deal with it? I feel that is my biggest downfall and it discourages me from going back to trading, as I believe that I can be successful for 6 and then get into tilt and lose all in one day. Yeah, and then brother or sister, it also depends, is that a broker account or is that a prop firm account? But also always buying resets, that also stacks up. Yeah, tilt is a state of mind where you don't want to be in, right? That's where you basically in a state of mind where you cause so much damage that you think, okay, that doesn't matter now. I just keep firing. Almost out of desperation, you ignore all the rules that you might have set for yourself. You take trades for no reason. You just blindly fire, and that's I think it's the worst state to be in. Certainly been on tilt in my early days. Also have lost a lot of money. I made every mistake in the book that you can imagine. So you need to find a way to work on the mental aspects of trading. You need to find those triggers. Yeah, what triggers that tilt, and also watch your body, because again, that reptile brain up there is just a concept, right? A neurologist would probably say, yeah, there is a little bit more to brain anatomy, but just for the sake of explaining things, just as a mental model, right, so to say. So the oldest part of our brain that keeps us, that is responsible for our surviving, that sits directly at the neocortex. So, and your more developed rational faculties, they don't. So the reptile brain will always be faster. Yeah. So that fight or flight impulse or whatever you're reacting to there is just hard to escape. That's why it doesn't work like that. That you say, okay, I will just not overtrade. I will never go on tilt. Yeah, I will just stop trading after 5 losses in a row, and then you write that on your rule sheet or you put a little post-it note on your monitor. It just doesn't work like that. You have to work on the mental aspects that you have a chance. So there's many ways to do that. Read Dr. Steve Ward, Mark Douglas. Mark Douglas, for example, also I believe that that David Paul kind of took inspiration from that 20 trade exercise, right, where you just condition yourself to good trading behavior, just to execute, put on the next trade without fear or hesitation, accept the outcome. That can help, or just map out your emotions, write it down, try to identify the triggers. Maybe your body is signaling you before that reflex kicks in, that something might happen. Maybe you feel like you get tense, or you clench your fists, or you breathe flat, or whatever that is. That's highly individual, but that's stuff you need to work on. And it's tough. So when you're in a losing streak, and that urge becomes just so strong that you want to make that money back, you want that mental equilibrium, right? You just just firing trade after trade. I read once a book from a professional poker player, and I don't know what that guy's name was or what that book's name was. I think it was called Super System, but doesn't matter. I think that the gentleman said one thing, and that stuck with me. Don't make things worse, right? So whenever you encounter losses in a row, and probably somebody like Tom, he has so embraced that, and is also so confident. He will just continue trading and eventually will recover, because that just is his personality. But if you're closer if you're just more at the beginning of your trading journey, right? So I can tell you that don't make things worse is a very good maxim. Don't assume you will make it back right now. Just walk away. Close down the PC, close the laptop, whatever you're doing there, close your phone. Don't trade from a phone anyway, but if you do, close that. Physically remove yourself from that screen. The earlier you do that, the earlier you stop the damage, the better it will be in the long run. Yeah. So make a habit out of that, of walking away. Yeah. Walk away. There's easier days to make money. There will be days where you also see me, being on fire and everything works, and you add and you extract points and points and points. On a day like that, it's far easier to make back that money than in this particular session where you completely sucked, where nothing worked, where you're doubting yourself, where fear creeps in. Why would you continue trading? But again, that's a rational thought. Your reptile brain might disagree with that, right? So condition yourself to walk away. That's all I can tell you. Physically remove yourself. Don't make things worse. So another gentleman from Zurich, Mr. P. Hi Andy, what your experience is known to over 90% of traders. And that's where you show how you deal with your capital / emotions, etc. You are disciplined, so I would like to learn something from you. What do you think of Tom's book? How would you interpret the title? What do you say to Dr. Paul's statement, buy where the others have the stop loss? Okay, those are two questions. Right, so what do I think of Tom's book? I think there couldn't be a better title, because that title really encapsulates the essence of trading. You see that little bit of heat that I got here from viewers was always regarding my performance here on a short-term time window that I'm with you. What's your account size? How much do you make? Are you really profitable? How long do you... that's all a mindset that is not really fully developed to be ready for, to be a profitable trader, right? Trader needs to be able to lose with grace. Doesn't mean that you let every trade run into stop loss if it clearly doesn't work out. Cancel it. But you have to inevitably, you're playing a game where there will be losses, right? You have to accept them. There will be drawdowns, there will be losing days, and you have to embrace that. That's the thing. And only then, when you're unaffected by those losses, and if after carefully reviewing that is all within the parameters of the risk management and strategy that you're doing, then you have the mental capacity to actually also extract points and money from the market, right? So buy where the others have the stop loss. I think he said that in the context where Dr. David Paul that the best trade is sometimes the hardest or not the easiest or something like that on the lines of that. The institutions they have or we as retail traders we have some advantage over institutions. Yeah, we can just click, right, and our order gets filled. Yeah, institutions they can't do that. The positions are too big, too many contracts. It's also visible to the market. So if you want to sell a large amount of DAX contracts, you also have to find buyers for them, and you don't find them. You don't find that buyer immediately. So what they do is they play their little tricks, right? They however you call that, collect liquidity, run stops, or all of that. But that basically boils down to that. And retail traders often put stop loss in stops on a very obvious place, right? Below a swing, above an old high, below the current candle, something like that. And you often see those stops get taken out, right? So because institutions might collect that liquidity and say thank you. Let's say you want to sell a double top. David Paul would say, so you place that sell order there, and you put your stop loss, I don't know, 40 points above. Why don't you put your entry there? Chances are they might run that stop. Those stops where everybody puts it. I think that's what he means. Assuming a little bit those intricacies. So okay. Bart says, mind the statistics before you decide to trade for life or for a living. 18% traders profitable during the first year of trading, 1% profitable during a period of 5 years. Those are the statistics provided by the broker. By the way, great work, Andy. Love your videos. I mean, that the odds here are highly stacked against us. It's apparently clear. Just go to any regulated broker's website, scroll down, and then you will see 87% of our clients lose money. They write that there. They have to. And yeah, I believe that the percentage of those who consistently profitable over a large period of time, whatever that means, is rather 1%. I believe that to be true. But guess what? That's with any endeavor in life that gets you out of a job, right? So try to found a business. Same odds, 90% of businesses, of startups, lose money. And within the next 3 years or so, 90% of the remaining 10% die, right? No, 90% die, and then 90% of remaining 10% die within 3 years. So that leaves you with 1%. So same odds, I guess. So, but you know, I'm on Twitter, and when I see that sometimes the comments on and how many people are following those fake gurus and all of that, it's just, I just believe can't be so hard, sorry, but you know, to get ahead of 90%, because the bulk, they seem to just believe in a lot of things, but not so much in hard work. Hey, Bembeke. Hi, Andy. Have you ever tried trading with order flow, footprints, any other stats? What's your take on this? Share your experience if it worked. Well, I haven't. I know a gentleman who does, and does that very well. Combines that with price action, German trader. But I haven't. Basically, you would need level 2 data. I don't get that via the charting package from my CFD broker here. Usually you get that with futures brokers. Basically, the contracts traded, some are visible to other market participants, right? So you see more of, you simply get more information of what's going on. The thing is, I believe that at one point you have to decide that you know enough technical analysis, right? And you should rather work on your mindset, on the mental aspects of trading, because I don't have any stats on that, but I believe it's worthwhile to quote Dr. Steve Ward. He gave there that talk on that stage during the day trading symposium that Tom organized a couple of years back. He asked the audience, right, how much do you think mental aspects of trading do matter? So how much do they contribute to your overall profitability or ability to make money in the markets? And the audience puts that in the ballpark of 70%. So if it's 70%, why would you bother learning all of that technical analysis? You should if you want to learn, spend 70% of your time, of your learning time, on trading psychology. That is the lesson, right? So I worked myself through Al Brooks. I probably studied Tom's material inside out and backwards. You can assume that that I know all of that. A little bit Larry Pesavento, ABCDs, Gartley patterns. I rarely use that at all. I sometimes take out the Fibonacci tool to measure retracements, but that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. So, and I decided that's enough. Analysis paralysis, says Frank. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Super stream, Andy, thanks. You're very welcome. Best Loser Wins is One Gentleman Bible. I believe it's one of the best books out there. Not to kiss Tom's ass here, but it's really fucking brilliant. It really is. Yeah, exactly. Guess what? Ask, what technique do you use to book profit? In other words, when you decide it's a good point to take profit. It's a discretionary decision, right? So, for example, here, saw the market in a trading range. I saw it struggling to trade higher. When I off screen put on that open 2 positions here, I closed at 177. Guess what? Here at the gap close. So that's that is basically structure telling me that an old high, old low, a magnet like a closing price. So that's a structural decision. Sometimes also out of experience, you could probably also measure that in terms of ATR or whatever, you know. Also in relation to how big the range is. So how many points can you realistically expect if you get a 50 pointer in the DAX? Oh, I was quick enough to mute my mic. That would have been loud. Sorry. I just had to sneeze. So if you get a 50 pointer in the DAX, that's sometimes worthwhile taking. Yeah. 100 points anyway. Sometimes it's like that. Or when you see that, just from your experience, how the candles move, that momentum is dying out. Yeah. But it's also, there's a philosophic aspect to it. I believe that, for example, Tom is taking profits sometimes just for the stream, right? But I think in his own trading, he just has that habit of just staying in a position. And should it be profitable, instead of closing it, when he gets the urge to close, the antidote for him is just to add, right? So when he gets it's just doing the opposite. So he gets the urge to close, he adds, right? So I would rather call that's not really a technical reason or mathematical or whatever. That's not based on structure, or that's just a philosophy. So doing that makes sure that when there is a big move, yeah, he will surely be in there. Yeah. So Beata, you seem to have the same sneezing virus like we do. It is spreading all over Europe. No, I can assure you, this is just me having a little bit of allergy. There's a lot of pollen and stuff in the air right now. But I haven't been ill for many years. But I don't want to bother you with my philosophy when it comes to nutrition and exercise and stuff like that. Bembeke asked me, what's my favorite food? Name your top 2. Right now I'm back on the carnivore diet, so I eat beef every day, and only that. I think I can. If there's one food I can tolerate to eat every day, it's certainly beef. I throw there's some steaks on the grill, and that's what I eat. Twice 500 grams per day, if you must know. A couple of weeks ago, I reintroduced carbs to bulk up a little bit. So yeah, I think spaghetti bolognese, bloody hell, with a lot of parmesan on top. That could be or some Tex-Mex chili con carne, or some German Sauerbraten, if you know what that is. It's marinated beef, slow cooked. It's like it's falling apart with the it's really great. You need to eat sauerkraut and sausages. No, I'm not Bavarian. if you guys not from Germany, the idea that we all eat sauerkraut and sausages, yeah, the Bavarians, they just they're guilty for that. They just have the better marketing. Nope, I don't do sauerkraut. Beata has been doing low carb and carbs on days when her workout is more cardio focused. But why though? You know, look, here's the thing. You can, there's two ways to get energy from burning carbs or from burning fat. When you're in ketosis, you burn fat. Well, that's what I'm in right now. Great, no insulin spikes, no insulin drops, just constant energy like a steam locomotive, you know. Carbs, however, different thing. If you want to build muscle, I believe that's tough on in ketosis. The fuel for the muscles, you need that glycogen in there. It's not impossible. I just think it's easier. Maybe that's just my body, you know. But I would rather, you know, when I would do cardio, I don't do cardio, by the way. I hate cardio. I will never do it. I will always hit the weights. But if I did cardio, I would probably do that on an empty stomach in the morning. So the body is forced to burn fat, right? So, or when in ketosis anyway, right? So, otherwise you just burn off the carbs that you just ate. Good, okay, it's also a way to reach a calorie deficit, but you know how long you need to be on that fucking bike, you know, to burn one bloody cupcake. I don't know, an hour and a half. That's just crazy. You can live stream some arcade gaming, yeah, but not on Tom's channel. Plus, they're old school machines. They're not hooked up to any kind of they're retro machines, but wouldn't know how to capture the screen. Okay. Mr. T, hey Andy, thanks for sitting down here every morning and making our trading morning both entertaining and informative, and the fact that you show up even on your statistically weakest days and trade in front of all these people with Tom's shadow looming over you. Yeah, well, it does. Speaks volumes about your strength of character. Yeah, that's a comment I like. You know? Don't let the trolls get you down, and keep up the great work. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Andy, don't get distracted. Okay, there's actually a lot of discouraging messages. I don't read all of that. Anka was commenting at 9:07 that I sound that I just woke up. Oh, actually, I always get up before 7. Yesterday, guess what? Karaoke Andy went to karaoke, and I went to bed after midnight. So I only slept maybe 6 hours or so. And yeah, that's why I might have sounded a bit tired, because I was. Oh, here's a gentleman called Chris. He says he competes in men's physique shows, and he agrees that morning cardio on an empty stomach to lose fat is the way to go. All right, so look at that. I never had a personal trainer or anything. That's just me being mindful of my own body, but it seems to be universal. If a professional confirms that. So Beata says, okay, because she's a woman, apparently for women her age, keto is not optimal anymore. She's been doing that for 10 years. and with age it stopped working. Okay, so still works for men, but apparently for women not so good. So I cut cardio to minimum to support my heart health and started lifting weights. Seems to work. Beata, if I may ask, how old are you? Maybe it's interesting for other people what works. We all need to. I believe if you want to trade for a living, you need to be physically active. You need some outlet. Order must be. Poland doesn't like it. Okay. 38. 38 is not old. I'm 49. But yeah, we need to be mindful of our own bodies. And yeah, that's true. So when I talk about ketosis and stuff like that, yeah, I'm just listening to my own body, what works for me. But it's true. I'm not female. I'm not 38. So what works for me doesn't necessarily need to work for you. So if you were only allowed to trade one setup for the rest of your trading career, what would it be and why? Yeah, I believe that that is a fallacy. There is no such thing. There just isn't. As I said, Chris, 10 years ago the DAX was trading at 11,000. Now it's trading at 25,000. Now we have conflict in Iran. We have a war in Ukraine. We have Donald Trump as a US president. We have Friedrich Merz as a German chancellor. There's a very unique playground, and I believe the market is right now is very irrational, very news driven. It's been for a while. It was about will Trump tariff or will he not? Now it's more about is the oil supply secure? You know, are ships passing through that Persian Gulf or not? Is the conflict escalating or escalating? Stuff like that. So that can. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and any news might spook the market or excite it. Overall, however, we are trading close to all-time highs in stock indices, which is all pretty surreal. So no, look at Tom with his Skuran. Is his signature technique, and he's doing a lot of research and now factoring in so many things, overnight range, bar polarity, and whatever he's looking at to make the Skuran ready for the next decade, right? So yeah, so maybe if you adapt your edge to the market, then that's probably the thing. Be like water, my friend. Be fluid. Be fluid. We've got so many more questions. Do you know Trader Life? No, I believe I don't. Don't make me even more hungry. Yeah, guess what? I don't do breakfast. I will eat in 1 hour. Garlic and cod liver oil. You never catch a cold again. The old guy recommends. Probably. But I don't eat garlic because guess what? It stinks. You know, I don't like when people stink of garlic. It's just so, and I don't want to bother them as well. Unfortunately, Czech cuisine is very garlic heavy. So no, I don't do garlic. Okay. SK, please read offline for your own personal consumption. Okay. What's your opinion on prop trading? I think I have I've dedicated quite some time here on stream. Okay, Felix, the short version is there used to be trading firms who let you rent a desk, and eventually they would give you capital to trade. This were the original prop firms. Nowadays, when you refer to prop firms, you mean Apex, FTMO, the Fivers, stuff like that, right? So where you buy a challenge and or a reset, and should you pass that, you are eligible to payouts, right? So I'm just saying, be careful. You making money is as a trader, you receiving payouts is not in the business interest of a prop firm. It just isn't, right? So their money in is to sell challenges and resets, yeah, and the money out is paying you payouts. So, right, and they have to pay that out of the pot of collected challenge fees. So that's not, it's not like a broker. A broker makes money from you winning or losing, but if you win, you keep on trading and you pay those commissions, right? So broker gets commissions and fees, right? So different interest. However, of course, I'm aware there are B-book brokers who might hedge you or take an opposite position. However, they do that with thousands of clients, maybe doing the opposite. But yeah. Anyway, so here's Mark says to have some kind of sport exercise is very important. He wrote that in capital letters for traders. Why? Because our body needs a strong biological maintenance in order to have a strong psychology. This is where healthy food, workouts, meditation, enough sleep is the baseline of a stable trader. This is what I found out in the past 6 months, monitoring my own behavior and way of thinking. This also confirms that strategy most of the time is not the problem, but humans are most of the time the problem, not being profitable. Since that, I haven't changed my strategy in the past 6 months. This contrast became obvious again. There was a turning point, become I made a stable life. So, do you agree that a stable life and healthy life is the base for profitable trading? I wholeheartedly agree. However, couple of things. If discipline alone would be sufficient, every gym bro would be a millionaire, right? So there's a little bit more to that than just to eat well, train well, and sleep well. For example, I don't meditate, I don't do cold plunges, and sleeping well. You know, when you have kids, let's say stuff is a little bit more challenging. Also, when you get older, I'm 49, so exercise is important for a lot of reasons, and you know, I feel immediately what I put in my body. Bloody hell, 25 years ago I could just party for 3 days straight, you know, and eat junk food and whatever, you know, and drink, and I would get away with that, you know, and I could show up next Monday for work. I've done that. This doesn't work like that at all anymore. I feel like in my 20s, but only if I put the right stuff in my body. So nutrition is really is majorly important. Sleep, I wish I had more, but with kids, not that easy. And training, yeah, I believe in strength training. I believe that's important for men at my age. It's important for longevity. It's important to keep testosterone levels up, and that's that. Yeah, but I agree. if there is no discipline, if there is no healthy lifestyle, this is a performance sport, right? You have to be there and focus. However, there seem to be traders. I mean, bless Larry Pesavento, but he's an old gentleman now, and certainly a little bit over what you would maybe recommend as to be an optimal body mass index. So that guy still extracts points. So at the end of the day, maybe it's all relative, but I believe, let's say it doesn't hurt. Webpro Knedlo Zello, yeah. Okay, guys, it's 11. We've streamed for 2 hours. I will try to answer all of you, but I have to wrap this up now. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening and tuning in and asking great questions. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. See you at the US session. Karaoke Andy out.